Hey guys, hello, everyone. It's your girl, Leticia Campbell, your number one sales and remote business strategist. I'm also the CEO and founder of the Campbell Success Network, and smart entrepreneurs hire me to teach them how to dominate their sales online. And also, I help you guys create and maintain your remote based business. So I got an extra special guest on tonight on my episode 31 of my Success-preneur chat. Hey Toya, how you doing, girl?
Oh, girl, how are you?
Yes, number one, thank you so much for being on the show. Last week I said, hey girl, would you like to hop on my show and talk about list building, which is not commonly talked about here on this social media space, but I'm so happy that you're here. Listen, y'all, Toya is an amazing individual. Okay.
Thank
Y'all
you.
got to
Thank
make
you.
sure that y'all are following her. She's going to give you some more information at the end of the show to let you guys know how y'all can connect. But I appreciate you being on tonight, Toya. Thank you so much.
I'm
So,
so
what we're
grateful
going
to
to
be
be
here.
yes, thank you, love. So, what we're going to be talking about this evening is ain't nothing going on but the list.
Right.
That's right. On these internet streets, ain't nothing going on but that email list. So I'm going to be asking Toya a series of questions as it pertains to her list building journey. But before we get started, Toya, if you could just introduce everyone who's been seeing you for the first time, let everybody know who is Toya.
Well, I am Toya Luckie. I am the owner of the Lux Collective, and we help people with a lot of things. We have a lot of services, but they're all under the financial umbrella.
Mm-hmm.
And really, we just help people who actually don't even know how to get started, want to get started, and help them to make better decisions in their journey and plug them into people like you that will help them with the different aspects of their business that they will
Yes.
need to be successful.
That's right. That's right. And that's definitely a need based company right at this moment, especially in this era of time. So I'm so appreciated that you're here and going to be sharing your expertise as well. So I love that. So just as I mentioned before, we're going to be jumping into the whole aspects of list building. You guys know I've been talking about list building, building that list, expansion for all quarter now because it's important. A lot of us are really wanting our businesses to, all of us who have a business, want it to be successful, want it to be profitable so that we can reach to people and make a huge impact on their lives. But you can't do that, mama, if you don't have a list. So as I
It's
mentioned before,
true.
I will be asking Toya a series of questions about her list building journey because I know for her as well as for me, ain't nothing going on but the list over here, right?
Nothing.
So we're
Exactly.
gonna yes, we're gonna jump into this conversation because both her and I are moms and we have a whole lot of stuff going on. But feel free, those of you who are tuning in live, if you're watching this live, please type in hashtag live right now. If you watch this on replay, please type in hashtag replay. If any of you guys have questions, please feel free to share it below. I'm pretty sure Toya does not mind going back to this live after and just answering any questions that you guys may have in
Not
the
at
chat.
all.
So my first question for you, Tasha, is this: what type of people you really want on your list?
Well, it's funny because when we did this exercise inside of your course, we
Yeah,
had and this is no slight. I want to draw a comparison. Everybody was like, "Oh, I don't want a broke person," but I understand. I don't want any. I want people that's ready to pay. I want people
yep,
that'll pay
yep,
because we're finding out, and it's really because of COVID, I'm sure, and how everybody has been positioned during 2020 that people are looking for discounts like never before, and they really want the free 99 for real, and I understand that, but at the same time, my clientele are people who are, yeah, I can only afford $50. Yeah, I can only afford $30 or whatever like that, so that I
yeah,
can get my start together so that I can go on and, get over that. So my ideal person really is somebody that they can be on a different, I'll meet them where they are in their budget, but they have to be willing and
mm-hmm,
wanting to be to invest in the business because it's not going to be free. Even the basic, there's no corporation that's doing business for free. They've got to turn on lights just like I do and you do. They've got to do this and that. So
yep,
I will work people within their budget, but I do want somebody also that wants to actually do the work
that's right,
because it's
that's
not
right,
going to happen for you. It's not going to get dropped off in your lap. And Uh, but definitely, I call myself affectionately a solutionist. So you give me your issue
Mhm.
in business and so forth, and I help you work and iron out the solution to get you started and a step-by-step plan. So that's kind of what I do. I want somebody that's committed as well. Don't just start. I want you to get it does no good. It does me no good for my stats on my credibility and my ability
Mhm.
if
That's
you
right.
don't finish. Because
That's right.
how do I say, oh, 100% of my people do this? I can't if you
Mhm.
stop. You'd be surprised at how many
That's
people
right.
will pay and won't do the work.
Oh Lord, yes, that
I
is so
want you to do
true.
the work.
And one of the things that stuck out for me that you mentioned was that, you wanting people to, more than just about investing, it's about really taking action and doing what it is that you set forth yourself out to do. And even though what I found, Toya, that even though when people do invest and they want accountability, a lot of times that can be, they don't really want. I think people don't really understand what the meaning of the word "I'm gonna hold you accountable" for you to get results. You know,
They
and
don't.
and and I'm so glad that your business is an impact business where you want people to do the work. You want people to progress. You want people to elevate, and you're willing to work with them at whatever budget they have in their wallet at the current time. And that's amazing.
Correct.
That's amazing,
Correct.
Mama. That's awesome. So yeah, so now my second question for you is, what are some of the things that you didn't know about list building that you know now through me?
Well, and I'm beating myself up about this because I've been in business for many, many years. Okay.
Mhm.
And so, you know, the saying, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. And I don't
Yes, I
believe
heard
that. I
that.
absolutely believe that we can change any point in our life, right? We can change.
Mhm.
We just got to want to, right?
That's
If
right.
you can't keep doing the same thing as they say and think you're going to get different results. It's just not even
Right.
possible.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I did business a certain way. I'm just gonna say I did business a certain way. And at first, I'm gonna just be honest, it was intentional because I had a large family. So it was intentional. But I still
Yep.
made good money. But
Yep.
in my mind, I always knew that I could be making triple. I already know what my skills are, right? And I
Mm-hmm.
know that they're marketable, right?
Yep.
But I was taking care of. I mean, I have a wonderful husband. I have 6 children. Now I have
Yes.
12 grandchildren. Okay,
Yes.
but the grandchildren mean that my kids are grown. That means I can focus on business. So I always did
Yep.
something, but I knew I needed to do more. I knew that I didn't know exactly how to do it. So I skipped over a step. The step was we knew that we had to get emails. Everybody knew that for a long, long
Mm-hmm.
time.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't know what to do with them after I got them.
Yeah.
Not to mention, I wasn't doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So the real big deal is people aren't doing it. And what happened is the people that are coming in now are thinking and they're being taught by this new digital world. You know, emails are a thing in the past, but it's not true. It is not
Mm-hmm.
true. Look at your own email. Look at your own email.
Yep.
It is not a thing of the past, or you wouldn't have
That's right. It's
seven
not.
thousand 7,000 emails in your email.
Mm-hmm. You're right
So,
about that.
and if they're done, so the second thing, what I didn't know is that if it's done properly and set up properly, the emails that you have will turn into that profit at some time, or maybe it's just keeping up with your client that you let slip through the
Mm-hmm.
cracks because you didn't have a plan in place.
That's right.
So, yeah, it was kind of a coming to Jesus meeting. Like you have to, every business on some level, whatever the level is, must do this, right?
Yep. Yep.
And you
Yep.
went and did an amazing job at getting me together in that
Thank you.
area.
Thank you so much for that, love.
Mhm.
Because the thing I've been noticing with looking at, people's ads and people's marketing is like they're always saying this term. I went from $0 to 8 figures in 10 months. And it's just like people make it look, it seems so easy to build a profitable business. So people go into business thinking that all they have to do is post or all they have to do is go live and that's it. But no, boo boo, like the reason why I started this whole list building, build your list, expansion conversation, because I got tired of seeing women broke. Like, seriously, I got sick and tired of seeing women say, my business is not successful. I'm not making any money. I'm robbing Peter to pay Paul. And I was like, what is the one thing that has helped me for over 10 years build a successful business, which was list building, which was email marketing. Whenever you see that bank account go down, you got to go back to your list and say, okay, who do I need to ask to go and get inside my program or join my service or purchase my products? That is your first go-to, is your list. Before you hit that go live button, even the first go-to is your list. Even when I went live just now, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna send out a notification to my list and let them know, hey, hop on over to my YouTube channel, watch my live show. So hello to everybody over there on YouTube watching right now. But that is a major intricate key that most people now who are taking my program or who have attended my list building master classes. Just so you guys know, I'm going to be doing my free list building master class in about 30 minutes. So make sure you hop off here, text me the words built my list to bit.ly/text to camp. Therese put the link in the comments there. But you want to be a part of the conversation because I'm going to be giving away my 5-step strategy on how to build a high converting email list. All right. So thank you so much, Toya, for answering that question. Which brings me to question number 3: is who is your perfect avatar? Because the reason why I want to ask you this tonight is because I've said early on, you got to get the right individuals on your list, but you also have to identify who is your perfect customer and who is your perfect client. So if you can sum up on who would that be, that perfect customer, that perfect client, who is she?
Okay, I can very much speak to that because, for one, you had us do it in our class.
Mhm.
But for two, and I want to speak to that, a lot of times we have things, especially us old dogs trying to learn new tricks. We
Yeah.
have things all in our head. And I can tell other people, oh, make a list and the word of God says, write it and make it plain. And I can say all the right stuff, but at the end of the day, I kind of got the cobbler shoe. I'm telling everybody else how to do certain stuff, and then I don't work on mine because I'm so busy
Yeah.
on other people's stuff. But you've got to slow down because let me talk about this list now. The
Go right
list,
ahead.
if you automate that thing and get it set up right,
Yes.
right? Get to skip steps and you can condense your day. You're not
Yes.
manually, so you create time. You literally
Yep.
create time through your list building and doing it properly. But back to my perfect
Right.
avatar. So under the Lux Collective, I literally am just counseling people on making a decision. I call myself the solutionist because really,
Yes.
I think the different things that people need, they don't realize that they're all connected. So they go over here and
Hmm.
they get taxes, and they go over here and get insurance, and they go over here and learn about this, or what do I do about I want a mortgage? And I promise you, what really bothered me are credit and personal credit. I touch on all those things. The thing of it
Hmm.
is I'm telling them what they need based on what
Yeah.
they need. Because how
Yeah.
you go about building your credit per se, if you get a credit console, a blueprint to your credit, um, because everybody wants to do it themselves, right?
That's right.
I don't need anybody. But guess what? If you don't start in the right area or you don't do the right thing, you could set yourself back and now you're playing catch up. My point is, they really don't know if they fall into this category, that court category, or another. So get with
Hmm.
somebody and say, hey, could you look at this for me and tell me where I need to
Yes.
start and where I need to go? That's it.
Effective. Yeah. Yep.
That's it. I need to get a
Hmm.
mortgage. My credit is this. What do I need to do? Well, I got some hacks for you. I only want to talk to you about that. I'm not doing your mortgage. I'm not doing it, but I want to put you. I'm legit the plug. I'm gonna after you tell me your scenario, I'm gonna set you up for success. But
Yep.
people,
I
let me
like
tell you, the challenge is they don't trust consultation.
that.
They
Exactly.
don't consultation is so important because you could spend 27 or 35 or for whatever program we got going on with me, and I'll tell you
Hmm.
exactly what to do and how to do it. And guess what? You thought you were going to go over here and spend 15,000, but you might only need
Yep.
to spend 500. And there I
Hmm.
saved you $15,000 for a consultation.
That's right. That's right.
See,
Because
people, and that, go ahead. I'm sorry.
go ahead. Yeah, because I was gonna plug in and say, I'm sorry, that there's so much misinformation out there, especially now. People want to
Oh
take
my
advantage.
God.
Just throw stuff out there, thoughts up right off the top of their head, and they're not qualified enough to give people the right advice. So I totally agree with you with that. Go ahead, sis.
Exactly what I'm trying to avoid is for people to, okay, this, I'm gonna just say this one thing because it's a financial list, but I'm gonna speak on credit. I am in the same
Go right
groups that
ahead.
these do-it-yourselfers are in, okay? And what will kill me is that people will ask the same question that's been asked 50 times, and
Mm-hmm.
still with seasoned individuals in the class I'm sorry, will get wrong information.
Mm.
How not only wrong information, but different answers. If you're in a group that does this,
Mm-hmm.
how are you getting wrong information?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, when there's a million people in here who've been in here for a year and
Yeah.
you guys are still answering the question wrong.
Mm.
So that's why everything is customized, to be honest with you. Nobody's
Right.
situation, tax, credit, business credit, any of those things, nobody's situation is cookie cutter.
No, no, no,
So
ma'am.
I let you know that, and whatever your situation is, and we tailor a plan for you. It's tailored, it's
Yeah.
specific, and you can then do it yourself. So that's I want them to know. I want people to know that they have options, that they get to choose, and they don't know that unless they get with me. They
Mm-hmm.
think they got to take whatever's out there,
Yeah.
and so I want people
Yeah.
to be empowered to make decisions based on real information to get the results that they wanted.
And I know, when you're first working with somebody in the beginning, you got to first get through all the misinformation they've been getting out here on these internet streets from the grandmama, from
Oh my
looking at
God!
blogs
Yeah.
or whatever, to really get down to the nitty gritty of what their called or plan of action needs to be. And that's one great avatar to have, someone knowing that yes, I have all this whole library of information that I've seen, but I know that there's more. I know there's more expert advice that I can adhere to that's designed for me. I think that's something too that's amazing that you offer, and I'm glad that you do, because it is important, especially during this
Thank
time.
you.
So let's jump into number four. What should not be, what type of people should not be a part of my list building masterclass, if I'm wording
Well,
that correctly?
I'm sorry. We reading it.
What type
Who
of
should not
individual
be
should not
joining
show
my
up
list?
to the
Right. Please
masterclass,
don't
the
show
list
it.
building
Okay.
masterclass tonight?
So the person that should not show up is
Mm-hmm.
the person to the level of hand holding that I do,
Mm-hmm.
who is not going to take the hand. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
please, if you want this support, and you think you want it, and you really do want it, I'm gonna need you to be consistent. So if you're not going to be
Yes.
consistent, if you are not going to communicate, because we
Mm-hmm.
can get over a hurdle.
Ooh,
There's
that's
no
important.
difference. Yeah, please communicate. Tell me, don't,
Mm-hmm.
okay, so here's your client. Your client comes and they say, I'm paying this thing. And I think I laid it out on the line. I said, hey, we got to
Yeah.
do X, Y, Z. I put it in writing. I texted, I emailed, I sent a smoke signal. Okay. But you said, okay, I got it. Right. Then
Yeah.
you go into it and you're like, you sit on your hands for a minute because you got to step 4
Ooh.
on your list of 5. And you said, you know what, this ain't working for me. All because you didn't understand 5 or
Mm-hmm.
4.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
guess what? I have a phone number, an email, a messenger. There's no excuse. Why do people
None.
get with you and they get scared? Like,
I
I got a
understand
question.
that
So,
either. Yeah.
am I in your inbox asking you questions? And
That's
didn't
right.
I read ask the question? Well, here's the thing. If you never ask the question, you'll never get the answer, or you could get
Never get an answer.
5 bad answers. But if you sign with me, ask me.
Yep.
Don't ask
Yep.
another person. Well, should I be doing? No. So basically, what I'm getting at is when you get you, we got to have communication. So if you're not going to communicate, if you're going to be tight, and not really dig, because this is for you. You need to be. I'm
Mm-hmm.
advocating for you. So the
Absolutely.
only way I can advocate is if I know what you need. And
Mm-hmm.
we can get whatever we need. The second thing is, I said we need to communicate. We need to be consistent. We also don't need to be a negative Nelly or Nancy. Please don't
Mm-hmm.
come in all the way negative
Mm-hmm.
unless you're negative and you want to change to positive. I'm gonna inspire change.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
That's good.
for the good. But
Mm-hmm.
I can't have a lot of negativity in my space. I'm
No.
allergic. And
Mm.
so you want to you want to hopefully be positive, but if not, recognize the changes that you already need. So that's another thing. Please, if you know you need to change something, come with it. Let's do it
That's
together.
right. Yeah.
That's what we're here for. But be committed, use communication, be consistent,
Mhm.
no negative Nelly or Nancy's, um, and no know-it-alls. Because if you
Yes.
already
Ooh,
know, what in the world are you calling me for?
exactly.
Don't
You
don't,
know,
don't sign
sometimes.
up for my service and argue me every point.
Hmm.
What? I'm helping you unlearn the foolishness you bought into
Yes.
so that you can get to the next level.
It's so
Period.
funny how we sometimes women regurgitate all the bad habits or the bad things that they were told, especially about credit, especially about that, which isn't good. I think the hardest part of what you do is getting people to unlearn all the things that they've learned for 20 some odd
Absolutely.
years. And so once you get through, help them get through that, then you can really start doing the real work. But people have to be willing to be unlearned.
Willing. Really. I got to unlearn it. Yeah. It's
Because
not
it's
what you
not an
think it is.
overnight thing. Hmm. Go ahead, mama.
I was just saying it's in terms of credit, in terms of getting a mortgage, even with that, I've seen people give the absolute, oh, you can't get a loan, a mortgage if your score is this or that. Well, I'm here to tell you, yes, you can.
Yes, you
You've got
can.
to find the program that's for you. That's why you talk with me first. Well, I heard that. No, let's just forget what you heard and let's just
Hmm.
get to the reality. The thing of it is the programs are out there. You got to find the program. See, people don't want the
Exactly.
other thing is people don't want to do work. They just don't want to
Mm.
work. They don't want to
And they don't
look.
want to research.
They don't want to research or read. And that's okay. Pay me. I'll tell you what to do.
Mhm. I had that same experience just yesterday. I was like, where a person wanted me to do the research. I said, well, that falls into a different package, which you did not pay for. So you're gonna have to
It's
go ahead and do
possible.
that.
But that's what you said. That's a whole different because this
Yeah.
is, you know what? My sister-in-law taught me this. She was actually talking to a child when she said that. She said,
Ooh,
why would I do it? You want me to go do what? She said, well, go in there and do blah, 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 because it's the same thing I would have to do. So if I'm going to do the research and spend hours on it, that is a different bucket. That's a
different
different
bucket.
that's a different pay scale and a different
So
package,
bucket.
as you said. I'll do it.
Yes.
But we're gonna get in contract about it.
Let's elevate this process. I'm so glad you shared that because I know that's going to hit a lot of people's nerves, which it needs to hit a lot of people's nerves. So for those
That
of
we
you
need
guys
to
who are
learn.
tuning in, if you haven't shared this out, make sure that you do. I have my lovely, lovely client, Toya Luckie. She's currently inside of my Success Challenge mini course. And what we're
Absolutely.
talking about today is ain't nothing going on but the list, baby. Ain't nothing going on but the list. In less than half an hour, I'm going to be doing my free list building masterclass. You can register. All the information is down at the bottom. But I want to ask you this question as well: is for you, 2021 is coming. Everyone that I know, including you, is excited about the new year to come. But we all know that 2021 is going to be a unique year. This year turned everyone upside down, me included. Okay. And I know it has done that way for you. So, for you, and I wanted to talk to you about this today so that the viewers can know what's next for Toya. What's next for you in 2021 for your business, knowing that there's going to be a lot of people who need their credit fixed. There's going to be a lot of people that want to now own wealth, like maybe get a mortgage, buy some land, things like that, get guarantee make build a guaranteed future. So what is next for Toya?
Well, I
Hmm.
mean, I am not gonna. What's next for me is I'm not gonna throw around that financial literacy uh, word combination
Why is that?
because people are tired of that.
Okay, I
Well, because
understand.
people are tired, they're tired of it. It's literacy on literally on every corner, but people don't
Yeah.
really want literacy. Why don't we just call it what it is? I will tell you this. I have a series that's coming up called My Name Is Not Susan, and I'm really
Ooh,
affectionately responding to Susan or Mom. There's also I have something coming up with the debt snowball. Those
yes.
two things. A lot of people love them. They're gonna be real mad with me next year. They're not for us. They're
Ooh,
not
I
for
am
people that
here
look
for
like
it.
us. They're not for people who look like us. They're not
Oh,
because what we're doing, a lot of people are not yet ready. Even the people, like for instance, worried about their taxes. I've been doing taxes since 1999. Before there was
mhm.
anything called a when it was just H&R Block, I was the other person. It was doing taxes from home and over the phone well before it was even suggested as it is today. So, but
Mm-hmm.
us saying things about taxes, and it's no hit, but we're just repeating and regurgitating stuff that we've heard. We're
That
no,
people
we're
already
not even
know.
in that
Mm-hmm.
we're not even in that bracket. We're not even in that area of space to worry about the things that the people who were so-called worried about. We don't make that
Mm-hmm.
type of money just yet. What I'm saying is, but we
Mm-hmm.
can, but we don't. So don't take
Yeah.
on undue unnecessary stress and strain. But let's
Right.
learn how to master this level. And if
Mm-hmm.
we don't know how to do is we don't know how to scale.
Yeah, I agree.
Not just in business, but in our personal life. We don't know
Mm-hmm.
how to scale. We don't know how to go about this that we never start. We're like, oh, I can't do it. It's too hard. It's not. You learn to buy stock by taking a step and buying some stock. You learn to do forex or real estate by taking a step, looking at something, and then figuring out how to do it or paying somebody.
Yeah.
You pay
Yeah.
coaches like yourself. You pay solutionists like myself to skip
Yep.
steps. So
That's
we
right.
don't go out there and have to beat down the YouTube and the internet. Pay that little fee and go on and get that expert experience up front instead of now you done
Yep.
search for 5 years and 10 days and never got started. Get started. But
That's
I,
right.
I, I didn't mean to ramble, but the truth of the matter
No, it's okay.
is that okay, the 2020 is going to be some, like you said, some unlearned behavior. My name is not Susan. We a lot of us don't have $50,000 sitting in an account. So when we're watching, the tips and stuff that we're giving don't even apply. So now
Mm-hmm.
we're like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, she said we got to do this. Not yet. Do you have 3 months of
Yeah.
your expenses saved in the account yet? Do you have
Yeah.
6 months? Would it, you got to, did you save your first $1,000? Did
Mm.
you save your first month of, start down here? Because what
Yep.
happens is they try to start up here and then they get discouraged.
Ooh. Now
They
that's a
start,
message.
yeah, they try to start way too high. And I'm not saying that you won't get there. We're going to get you there.
Mm-hmm.
But right
Amen.
now, did you save your first 1,000? Do you have your
Mm-hmm.
first month of expenses saved in your account? No. Nobody had to lose a home if they had 3 to 6 months of bill expenses saved.
You're
But everybody
right.
thought they
You're
had
so
time. You better
nobody. A lot of
Yep.
people did not have that nest egg. A lot of people, a lot of businesses didn't have that nest egg. That's why, if you were in a community where there was a lot of independently owned businesses, mom and pop shops, they just basically disappeared overnight. Especially
Yeah,
over
and they
here
were
in New York.
businesses. They
Yes.
weren't just
Yes.
people, they were businesses. So the
Mm-hmm.
businesses didn't have a savings. Let's introduce that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not hard.
That's
I'm saying
right.
save 5, save 10, save 50, save something. Because ain't nothing
Say
going on but the
something. That's
list. But still, save something,
right. Mm-hmm.
do something. And now, if true enough, somebody came in on their white horse and there were policies that created to let some people get money, but guess what? People were not positioned to receive. I want to get you positioned to receive.
Ooh.
Can you be positioned?
Don't make
Can
me
we get
start
positioned?
dancing now.
I
Oh, I
used
wish
to
I had
tell
like
people,
that praise emoji.
yeah, get positioned. Get positioned. And so it's some mentality breaking that we're gonna have to do. It's some people get with me, and I'm gonna tell you this right here. They'll tell me this. I never looked at it like that. I know you didn't.
Ooh, new
Because if you did,
perspective.
you'd have done it. And I'm
That's
talking about,
right.
I am not trying to sell people. I tell people I sell money. That's funny, but I do. I'm trying to sell you on how to get some money.
It's the
Look,
product.
I can tell you how to get some money. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you just got to be willing to do it. People will say there's no jobs. It's a lie. It's all businesses out here. You just ain't even thought of them all.
Yeah.
So I'm really trying to get people to understand that they don't have to just be an employee per se. You can you can run multiple races at one time. With
Mm-hmm.
the debt snowball, please do not Go pay you. I just came in at $20,000. Should I pay my student loans, my car? No.
Mm.
We got a different plan for you. Do not do that. I'm not saying don't do it at all. Please don't mix my words and don't jump me. They're gonna be
Mm.
jumping me. Come on and jump me and let's talk, have a discussion in my inbox. But
Mhm.
if you first ask the people some questions when they get that 20,000 or 30,000 windfall,
Yeah,
before you tell them to go start doing this, this, and this.
exactly.
Yeah, pay that credit card. No, you don't, because guess what? You'll pay that thing off and they'll lower your credit. And now guess what? They'll lower it to what you pay. You just lost all that,
All that, all
equity,
of that.
all that, and it dropped your score.
But they
So
got
come
your
on,
money though.
and they got your money. You better put
Hmm.
your money in account
That's
and figure
right.
another way to flip it. But anyway, that's just part of what I do. I strategize. I find some solutions, because I'm looking at your specific strategy. But now back to the list building, because that's what we're here about. Um,
Mhm.
I will say that I was overwhelmed at this right here. It was facts. And I know that my business will overwhelm you with facts. Like it, when I was in there, it was a little bit of this ow, oh, ow, you know how you need your hair done. You're like, wait, the
Like,
comb,
no,
wait,
don't,
stop.
don't, 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 don't.
Yeah, ow, ow. But it was necessary. So that's what I learned from your class.
Yes,
It was so
yes.
necessary. But let me just say this, because you didn't ask this question. I don't know if 5 is the last. You got one more, and I may have 2 minutes.
Yeah, one
I
more.
don't
Then
know.
we're
But let me
yeah.
tell you something. You covered so much more. It's sad to me that it says it's talking about lists, because
Yes,
really it's lists, it's systems, it's plans, it's
yes.
strategies, it's how to handle this for your business. And you know what? It could be I'm not ready. Look, I may not be able to do this function just
Hmm.
yet, because I want to make sure that I have everything in place. I could
Yes.
rig it. I could just
Hmm.
put a post with one bit.ly and everything
Hmm.
like that, not have it all the way set up to. But
Hmm.
we want to be prepared to receive, right?
Exactly. That's right.
So it made me say, okay, I need to um reprioritize my dates or
Yeah.
reschedule some stuff, because
Hmm.
you want to be. What if after this call tonight, a million people wanted to do business with me? Please teach me how to Dougie. Teach me
That's
on
right.
these things. Get a strategy, right? Because you're
That's
you're
right.
you're
Put
affordable,
them
and I'll
somewhere
spend
where
it.
they can keep watching you. Yes.
But I'm not ready. I don't have
Hmm.
everything I need. I don't have
Hmm.
everything I need to handle you. What if your
Yep.
business, you turned it on and it just opened up a floodgate? You got
That's
to be
right.
prepared.
That's
And
right.
so it's just some of those things. It was great. The camaraderie.
Hmm.
We all work together. That's another thing, you guys. I'm gonna tell you about this. I know you were gonna ask me another question, but I'm just going into it.
Go
Look,
right ahead, Mom.
you're
It's not
literally
you.
in, you're literally in there
Yeah.
with you. Questions are getting answered, but you're also in
Hmm.
there with your team, whoever comes in on that class, if it's January, December, or January, whoever's in that class, right?
Hmm.
And so sometimes, let me tell you something, there are questions that you have and don't even know you have until you
Hmm.
hear somebody else ask that
Until
question.
you, yep, that's right. You're like, oh, I didn't
And
think about that. Yeah. Yeah.
so
Those
that's a
are,
wonderful thing. And you're right there, you're touchable. I will say this, and this is not to discourage anybody, but there are other classes, right? But
mhm.
I've been watching you for a while. I was like, I'm doing it with her. So is it? No, the price point is amazing.
Yep.
So people need, it's amazing for the level of hand holding, because
Yeah.
we literally go through the steps, and you said, just like kind of I do, not on my time. You guys are going to answer this question. You're going to do
Yeah.
this. Now,
Yeah.
what's the question?
I
Oh,
share my
God.
screen. I show y'all
Yeah.
everything. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, you have a question? Okay, let me share my screen. I'm gonna show you exactly how it needs to be done.
Here's an idea. Make something like this. And it's
Yes.
organic. It will keep
Yeah.
changing, but you got to get something in there. You
I
got to
always
get
say
something
my
in there.
programs. I always say that my programs are for the people who need to be shown how to do something, not told how to do something. Because I learned
Exactly.
that way. Don't give me a recipe and write on a piece of paper. I want to
Thank
see
you.
you cook the recipe and then I'll cook it
Yep.
myself. So that
Yeah.
is what my programs, all of my programs are
Love
designed
it.
that way. It's
That
not
and
a
it's exactly
message
what I got.
box. Is I'm gonna show you how it's done. I'm not just gonna tell you how it's done. So if you
Yes,
want to
and
sit
that's
there and be a
exactly what we got.
wallflower and be quiet, then you don't need to be in my courses or any of my classes because I can't stand wallflowers. You got to talk, you got to say something, you got to get your brain working. So I appreciate you so much for saying that.
Well, guess
Absolutely.
what? There are like I'm not in this area so much in this space, but I've been in some things where they just do that web jam webinar. And you
Mm-hmm,
just see it kind of talking, and
mm-hmm,
and it's
mm-hmm.
all cool for informational, but it's not
Yeah.
cool for the delivery,
And you're
depending
not
on
gonna
what the
remember what they're
subject is.
saying. Like really, what webinar, what I know what you're talking about, web jam or all these little, pre-recorded stuff. Do you really remember what was taught after a month or after even 20 hours later? No. But when you're sitting in a
Right,
class and you're actually being drawn out to answer questions and show the screen being turned around and you're seeing stuff moving around, you actually your brain starts to click and it's like, okay, and now it remembers the information that you're
right.
giving.
Oh, and my God, thank you for showing us how to use the systems. I mean,
Mm-hmm,
because that's a whole other thing. You can tell me, go over here to WebJam and sign up. Not a
mm-hmm,
commercial spokesperson for WebJam. I'm using them only as
mm-hmm,
an example. Go over
mm-hmm,
here and sign up. Go over here and
mm-hmm.
do that. This is what I use, and this is what I've had
Yep.
success with. That's perfect. Like that's great. A recommendation, right?
Yeah,
But you
yeah.
go a step further and actually say, okay, well, this is kind of you click, 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 click. This is what you do.
Mm-hmm.
And really, I'm a visual person as well,
Me
so I need
too.
to see
I'm
that.
a very visual person.
It
Yes,
ain't
I
that
need
I
to see
can
it.
read it. Okay, I know how to read, and I know how to follow directions, and I can get it done.
Mm-hmm,
But if
mm-hmm.
but if you show me, it's so much better for me.
It's
It's
so
just
much.
I need.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
So I just want to
All right.
thank you and appreciate you because the class was everything. It was well worth it and more. You get I don't know who gets all of what you gave. I'm not asking you to increase your price. I'm not.
No, I'm
But
not.
I
No,
don't know
not right
who
now.
all. But look. I don't know who
Not
gets
right
all of
now.
what to that point. I'm just telling you that price point, but the value is there.
It will
And
go
I
up
just
in January, though. It will definitely go up in January. But for now, no, people can get in at the price it is now.
okay,
So yeah,
well.
but it will
But it's the
go.
value is there. I don't know what it's going to, but I'm telling you, it's definitely there. It's
Yes.
definitely there. You will come out
Thank
of
you
there
for
with
that.
something. You might. I remember thinking there's so much more that she covers in here that she even says that's a part of her situation.
I
Like
know
it's a part of the
everybody,
package.
and I try to keep it to what exactly I market it as. But then, once I start talking, I'm like, okay, they need this, they need that, they need that. I show you guys the full picture, and then y'all break it down like, okay, where can I get started right now? And then
Well,
we
it's
come
a
back to
bill,
class.
kind of like what I was saying. Everything kind of combines in that
Yeah,
space. The
yeah,
thing, and you don't really go outside of that. You do touch on
no,
all the things that are required for that build, that where we house, where
mhm,
you put it, how to get it back up. So it makes sense. And so people are
total
saying with
sense.
me, people say with me, well, Jack of all trades, no, master of none. But that's just not
Mhm,
true. If
mhm.
your services, tax, forex, everything is financial, insurance, mortgage, credit, those all match.
Yes, it does.
And you need to not have so people go to the tax professional, they don't tell all the information. So when the tax professional prepares their stuff, they're like, awful. So then you talk
They
to the
don't know
credit.
what they're doing. They don't know
They
what they're
don't.
doing. Then
Please
all of
be
a
honest
sudden,
with our professionals
7 years later, they're getting something from the IRS. It's like,
because they thought they were helping themselves or they listened to somebody else and then they were selling kids and then,
mm-hmm,
and I'm just saying, please.
mm-hmm. You're right about
Yeah,
that. That happened to my husband just recently, where he was, got something in the mail. I'm like, it's the person who prepared it. Not, don't blame it on the IRS. I was like, they're only filing what was being sent to them, but that's a whole
that's
nother
true.
conversation, y'all. That's a
Yeah,
whole
it is.
nother
It is.
line
It
right
is. It
there.
is. But I was just
A
using
whole,
that as an
I
example as
really, I
how
really want to love to you get on my show and we could just talk about that because I think people, my audience especially, will get a lot of impact from what you do because of the
okay,
misinformation and the
anytime.
times have been burnt, with putting their trust in other people. So I would love to have you back on one of these days and we could talk about that part as well. But
Sure, anytime.
for
Okay.
my last question for tonight for you is why should people register to attend my free list building masterclass tonight?
Well, the crazy thing about it is that's what's coming up next, right? That's right after us.
Yeah, that's
Well,
gonna
what they're going to
be
do with that
in about 20
15
minutes.
minutes?
Yeah, 20
Okay,
minutes.
listen.
Yeah.
So the absolute people, you guys should absolutely stay on and attend. If you whatever your business is, it does not even matter. It's something that's when I say a requirement, it's not me saying it. It's just like one of the bloodlines. You know how we have many arteries it's just in the body,
Yeah.
it's just one, but it's a very important one. And so it's not just a vein, right? We said it's an artery. So that's a
Yes.
lot of business surging through the life of your business. It's
That's right.
surging, it's feeding. And so the free one is going to do it all, but I promise you that in the free one, you're going to be left wanting more.
Wanting more.
And
And I'm gonna
might
show
as well
y'all more.
yeah, you might as well just sign up for her master class because um it's so much more than what she says it is. And
Mhm.
if your business is still all in your head and not on paper, it's gonna get on
Ooh,
paper.
I love that.
And it will though, because it's gonna be a thing. And so some people, we didn't know it was accountability when we were signing up,
Mm-mm.
but it was so needed. It was so needed. And I'm so happy to be in the class, and I'm so happy to have got everything that I did from it. So stay on, and get the nuggets. It you can't hurt. It can't hurt to get the nuggets,
Nope.
but go on and get the how tos and the what ifs and the four nots. You know what I'm saying? Stay on, and then buy the class. How about
That's
that?
right.
And she didn't say
Love
this is
that.
not a paid advertisement. Uh,
No, it's not. No, it's
Yeah, this is
not.
not, yes, no, but it's real, you and I appreciate you because really, I already had plans in doing my marketing and stuff, and how I was going to actually include you on how you forced me. Look at me, I forced, but you forced me. Be teachable, please. Back to that client that we both want. Please be what? Teachable, coachable.
Yes, we talked
But
about
how
that
about
the other
open?
night.
Be open. But you guys, I'm so glad you had me. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, I need
Um,
you back on again because I would love to, go further with the conversation of. Because I love how you mentioned how that word financial literacy, which is going all around the internet. Everybody, that's why I asked you why, but
Nobody
I
wants that. It's been
totally
overly
understand
done.
that.
Let's
Mm-hmm.
call it what it is. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
let's call it what it, and there are so many people that really do want our services. There are
that's
businesses
right.
inside of everyone, okay,
Everybody,
and that need our
everybody.
services. And they really think that this is out of their reach. They think that
Mm-hmm.
their business, that they're leveling up, they think it's out, so they shut down and they stop. So I said, well, maybe if I make it affordable, because we can all charge what we worth. That's not a problem.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe if we make it affordable and teach people about consultation and coaching and and bringing it to their level, because I know they're going to need that. That's why it's going to just be when I say it's going to be like it's all 2021. That's it. Because if we
Mm-hmm.
reset in 2021, then I got to go to where it's supposed to be. But I know people are coming out of financial distress. I know
Exactly.
they
You're
are,
right. You're
but they
right.
still have a business or a need, financial need in them that needs to be addressed almost immediately due to the financial state of the United States right now
That's
for
right.
people.
People are coming out of
So
financial distress and financial confusion. People are
that
confused.
they are
I have discovery calls with potential clients all the time, and I say, okay, where's your money coming from in your business? And they have no idea. They just see figures coming in their PayPal, their Stripe, but okay, where is it coming from? Which one of your services or products or whatever that's getting you the biggest bang for your buck? And people are so oblivious to that. So that alone scares me, right? Because if you don't know where your money coming from, how you're going to grow it. So I speaking to somebody like you to get them to really slow down for a minute, because building a
please,
business is like that hamster wheel effect, that shiny object effect where you want to invest
right,
in this, you want to invest in that, but you're not even clear on where your money, your funds are coming from, and you're going to
right.
make these outlandish investments, and you're going to take out credit cards. It's just going to be a whole lot of mess, and you're not going to make any money in the first place, right?
So you're perfectly on point, perfectly on point. So like
Thank you.
as a budget for starting out, people really think I'm gonna look at this in two ways. People think about a budget and they get upset. Really, a budget is not meant to be a punishment. And it's one of the
Nope.
things I have a made for money boot camp. Um,
Mhm.
because you are made for money.
That's
Okay.
right.
So a budget is not a punishment, it's a temporary
Mm-hmm.
situation to
Mm-hmm.
reach a goal.
That's
Temporary.
right.
So when
Mm-hmm.
it starts flowing back again, act accordingly. But in the meantime, if you need this, let's get our budget to get to that. But my point was, now we aren't going to get it for free, but I am going to get it to you for the low. So you can have a corporation if that's how you set up your business. And I do a thing on LLCs and corporations that I
Oh, that's good.
my thoughts on either on both.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but you talk about $85. I can't do a business. I can't afford it. Well, let me tell you something. Your email is $6.
Mm-hmm.
Your mailbox is 15 or
You're
30.
already spending the money, but in the wrong places. That's right. Go ahead.
But what I'm saying is, who can have a corporation, a whole business corporation, with monthly bills less than $100?
Mm.
Your phone number. So I can get y'all. All I can get you in the mindset of how you can get all these things to represent yourself and hold yourself out as a legitimate business
Mm-hmm.
without breaking your bank. And you need, come on now, we spend $50. I don't care
Yeah.
how broke you are, from the hood to wherever. We spending
You
$50.
buy money for what you want. Amen to
If
that.
it's not a one eat out, if it's not a bundle, if it's
Mm-hmm.
not your nails, if it's not a
Mm-hmm.
foot, even in the pandemic, we beg for them to open them nail salons.
They
Okay,
open. Yep, that's right. I need
then,
it.
Lord, when are they gonna open the salon?
Open up. I hear that. I hear that,
What I'm
sis.
saying is, we spend that money,
That's right.
and that's no money to have a business, a whole business
Mm-hmm.
to start. I'm just talking about the start. People
Mm-hmm.
get stuck on start. Okay, now we got to add systems. Okay, but you can see which ones you can afford.
Mm-hmm. Or which ones you can like manage now. I totally agree with
Manage
that.
now. Exactly. If not, we just building our list
That's it.
one by
Building.
one. But
That's
I'm
the
just
most. That's
saying,
priority at any level you're at in your business is list
it
building.
is.
That's why we're going over it tonight. But
Exactly.
Toya, thank you so much for being on the show this evening.
Thank you
This
for
was
having
an
me.
amazing conversation. Just like I said before, we need to extend this dialogue as it pertains to your industry because we need to be more knowledgeable without being overwhelmed with all the misinformation that's going on
Correct.
there. So thank
Let's
you
dispel the
so
myths.
much for sharing your expertise and in your value. So how can people reach out to you? How can people from this conversation, those who want to learn about credit, LLCs, real estate, anything pertaining to wealth, money, finances, how can the viewers connect with you after this?
And their personal situation to tailor a strategy for them, a
Mm-hmm.
real attainable, doable. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you guys get in my messenger, and the reason why I'm having you go in my messenger, I know we talked about list building.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to drop the email in there, but really we can have a conversation
Conversation,
first
yeah.
in my message. So that's Toya Luckie, Toya. My last name is spelled Luckie. It's the one with the picture that looks like me, because she found one that there's somebody out there with no picture. So it's the
Yes.
one with the picture.
Yes.
And
There
I
is.
am completely, I'm public. Get in
Yes.
my messenger, okay? And tell me what we want to talk about. And that way I can plug you in where you need to be. If you want to talk about your credit, business or personal, and where you need to go, where you need to start and where you need to go. If you want to talk about a mortgage, get a mortgage consultation or a refi consultation,
Mhm.
real estate, because we're going to tailor it for you. So whatever the subject is, Forex, um, credit, taxes, those are the services that we provide at the Lux Collective.
Yes. Yeah, yeah, guys, because I've experienced that with her. When you're just great, like Toya is, honey, people be making fake accounts, pretending that they her. So I've just experienced that, I was like, girl, just so you know, there's a fake account out there.
I
It has
didn't
your
know it was
name.
that important.
Yes. So I'm glad I caught on to that. And whoever
Like,
that
I've
was,
arrived. I have officially arrived.
whoever that was on site, never mind.
Right, right. Yeah, no, for real though.
No weapon, right? No weapon. All right. Thank you, everybody, for
None, not one.
yes, not one weapon. That's right. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for commenting and sharing my Success-preneur chat show. So right now, what I need you guys to do, if you haven't done so already, I need you to register to attend my free list building masterclass by texting me the words "build my list" to bit.ly/text to camp. We're going to jump into this masterclass in about 15 minutes, so you don't want to miss it. You have to attend if you want to, in fact, learn my 5-step strategy on how to build a high converting list. So I hope to see you there. Make sure that you sign up. And as always, don't forget, get out there and dominate, because it's time to design a life that you, in fact, deserve. Till next time, bye, guys.
Hi, my name is Mariel Morales, and I am the life artist. Working with Leticia Campbell has been amazing. It has changed my life. I went from working a job that I totally hated, I hated myself, I hated my life, to now living the life of my dreams. I'm every day a step closer to becoming the beautiful and confident woman that I deserve to be. I am so excited to have my new business that I have been able to create under the coaching of Leticia Campbell. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Darlene Anthony, and I am the CEO and founder of Purpose for Freedom, LLC. Before being in Leticia Campbell's coaching program, I was at a very low point in my business. I didn't know what I was supposed to be doing. What I was doing was not working whatsoever. But now I know exactly what I'm supposed to do, who I'm supposed to be helping, and why. I look forward to building a legacy for my children, my children's children, my descendants. I want to give them the gift of financial freedom, financial independence, as well as generational wealth. I will always recommend Leticia Campbell's coaching program. Why? Because she walks with you, she pushes you to be your best, and she does not allow you to wallow in pity or make any excuses. You got to get to work and use your gifts. Deciding not to join immediately, you'll be missing out on connections with these ladies. We have a tribe that knows my vibe. We are a crew that know what you have been through, and we are a team that shares your dreams. So go to CampbellSuccessNetwork.com now and get inside today.